bullying for me in person, once I had learned, like, I had sort of been like, I've been through this, and I know, once I talked about bullying prevention, I realized I wasn't alone. Like, those are a lot of like safeguards and protective factors for me. I think social media can really be a great place. Like, there's a lot of wonderful things that can happen. Like, and I think the ability to really have a community resonate with you, find a community, learn your passions, learn that you're not alone. And that's sort of like what the whole You Are Not Alone campaign was about. Having the ability to connect with other people who've overcome experiences that maybe like you're dealing with. Those are sort of like the things that social media can do, that I've seen it do through my fans, through my DMs, and through, what I mean? That's sort of what I want it to be. And I think that one of the ways to get there is, as you said, like there's a lot of reasons for negative trolling, cyberbullying, and none of it has to do with something you did wrong. It has to do with the person who's leaving that comment having an issue that they really don't know how else to deal with, but besides trolling. And I think that, like, handling that in different ways, not rewarding that, sort of building a world where, or I guess a system where kindness is rewarded and kindness is viewed upon, and the content that people are seeing is inspirational and uplifting. Because in addition to that, helping kids, I know from touring and from doing meet and greets and stuff, like, I know there's a need for that. Like, I know kids like that, and kids really do like that positive content. So yeah, I don't know, that's a long answer to the question, but I think that's I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, it's not an easy answer. It's not an easy answer. And we're at the point now in society, we can't go back from where we are. Right. Because Instagram and TikTok, and not so much Facebook anymore, but, big ones, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, with kids, this is ingrained in them. And you're not going to take this away from them. It won't work. Yeah.
We're not going to leave. We're not going to like stop having digital experiences. Like, social media is not going away.
It's not going anywhere. It's not going away. It's not going to be gone tomorrow. It's too big of a business. I mean, it's billion-dollar industries. So we're at the point now where we have to make that decision as a society of, okay, what are we going to do about this? Are we going to try to make this a positive place, or are we just going to let it be what it is? And if people leave mean comments, whatever. That's not the world I want to be in. I want to be in a world where we say, hey, let's try to make this positive. Let's try to make this beneficial for everybody. Because one of the challenging things is, and I've mentioned this to my class before, I've asked all of them. I said, how many of you want to live in a positive world? And they all put their hand up. And then I asked them the next question of, okay, how many times in your life have you done something that's been negative in this world? And then they kind of start thinking. They start thinking, and they kind of start putting their hand up. And then I'll start talking about social media. I'll say, how many of you really wish social media was only a positive place? They all put their hand up. And then I'd say, okay, how many of you have done something on social media that has made it more negative than positive? And then they start putting their hands up. And it's like, there we go. You have to look at your actions first. Before you say everybody else is the one who's being mean, everybody else is the one who's being a jerk. First, you have to look at yourself. Okay, what am I doing that could be a negative thing? What simple comment that I think I'm leaving on someone's cringy video is something I think is harmless, but in reality, that content creator, they're going to read that. They're going to read that comment, and they're going to think about it, and they're going to think about it all night. Yeah. And the person who left the comment, they're going to comment it. They're probably going to forget about it. They're going to forget about it. Yeah. So it's trying to teach kids and tell them about, hey, this is what happens when you leave negative comments. You might think it's done and it's over with, and you might think that that's not bullying, but it is, because it sticks with that person for a long time.
Yeah, that was a really beautiful response. And I think it's so powerful that you did identify in your experience the need for this positive content. I have to tell you, my experiences of like kids responding well to uplifting content was surprising to me. And I'm pretty sure music industry people involved with my life at that time too. But yeah, it's really important. And that's why, that's why I'm happy that you joined this show. And I look forward to seeing more of your videos. If there's any handles that you'd want to leave or anything else you'd want to add, just feel free to share.
Yeah, Absolutely. Yeah. So if you want to find me on all social media, if you look up Gabe Dannenbring, you'll pull it up. If you type in G Unit 24, that comes up as well. But the last thing that I want to say is I'm so happy with what you guys are doing at Spotlight. I mean, I think it is something that is incredible. We're in a situation now where social media is there. Social media is there. It's not going away. We just want a good experience for everybody because we are leaving damage on these young boys and girls that sticks with them. What we're seeing right now on social media and the negativity they can see is damaging these kids and having real world implications. So I think what you guys are doing, oh my gosh, I mean, it's incredible. It's fantastic. So I got to say thank you for giving me this opportunity and let me be on here because it's something that I'm truly passionate about.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I think the world is lucky to have content creators like you and you. I mean, you're really making a really powerful difference. And thank you for just being a good role model.